These new node-based AI workflow builders have changed AI content creation forever. People who have never used AI before have already built scalable content systems in just minutes that pull in crazy numbers. But the best part is that these tools are very easy to use. All you need to do is add and connect blocks inside your canvas. So in this video, I will show you how it works. And after watching, you'll know exactly how to start building content pipelines using AI that produce more accurate and more consistent results faster than ever before. Today I'll be using a platform called Weavy AI because it is right now the best at this. To follow along, just sign up with my link in the description. But now let's get started. And once you have signed up to Weavy AI, all you need to do is click on Create New File. And before I show you how to create a proper content system, let me actually show you a simple example first, just to give you an idea on how this works. So right here, we have an infinite canvas, and you can move it around freely. Now the idea is to drop nodes into this canvas by searching for them over here. Just as an example, let's create an image using AI. So instead of having a conversation-based AI image generator, here we're going to drop a prompt node into this view. And we're going to zoom in on that. And then we can say something like an image of a dog playing with a cat. And now since we're dealing with a node-based workflow system, we're not going to hit send, but what we're going to do instead is we're going to connect this prompt to an image node. So if I search for image over here, we can, for example, choose the Google Imagen 3 AI image generator model and drag it over here. And now all we literally need to do is just connect this prompt with the prompt port here in the Google Imagen 3 AI image generator model, and now we can hit Run Model. And now here is our photo. And just to be clear, there is nothing interesting in what we did other than I just showed you how this basically works. So you have all these different types of blocks you can add and connect with one another. And the power in this becomes obvious in the next example. Now let's say that our task is to create an image like this using AI, and we want to have full control over the angle of this glass. Now the problem is that if you use these existing AI image generators, they have no clue on how to control the angle of the photo. So no matter how hard I try here in ChatGPT, for example, it still fails miserably. And here it already looks very unnatural because it basically looks like the glass is just falling over. And no matter how hard I try, I just can't get it like this. And more importantly, what if I wanted to change this by just a bit? So for example, I'd like to rotate the camera just a bit upwards. That would be impossible here in ChatGPT. But it turns out this task is very easy if you use Weavy AI. So now let's start to create a tool with which we can consistently produce images like this of this object or any other object whatsoever. So first I'm going to add a prompt node into the view. Then I will add another prompt node below it. I will explain this in just a second. And then I will also add a prompt concatenator, which basically means that this combines two prompts. Now to create an image like this, we first need to create our initial image of this water glass. So let us specify the prompt number 1. And this is going to be a simple one, so it's just going to say front view. And here in the second prompt box, we're going to add a simple prompt like this. An ultra-realistic black and white photograph of a straight highball glass with sparkling water. And yes, if you're asking why I'm doing these two in separate prompts, for this specific use case, it doesn't really make any sense, but this will become handy a bit later. So let's just do it like this for now. But now, since these are two separate prompts, we want to combine these for this specific task. And what we're going to do is we're going to drag this node into this prompt concatenator or this prompt combiner basically. And then we're also going to drag this other prompt into the concatenator. And as you can see right now, here is the prompt number 1, and here is the prompt number 2. But now what we want to do is we want to turn this prompt into an image. So for example, we can search for image here in the node search feature, and we can use any one of these AI image generator models. As you can see, you're going to see all these different state-of-the-art models all listed here. Just an example, I want to use this one that doesn't cost many credits and is fast, so we're going to use Google Imagen 3. You can use whatever you want. Let's drag it close to this prompt, and then we'll just combine this prompt with this prompt input here in the Google Imagen 3 image generator. And now here, for the first time, we're going to run this model. We're going to run the prompt number 1 plus prompt number 2 through this Imagen AI image generator model, and that will produce us an image. And now here is our photo. And now here's where the magic happens. So if you want to control the angle of this glass, we're not going to desperately try to run it through these different kinds of prompts. So we're no longer using these prompts over here, but what we're doing instead is we're converting this into a 3D model for just a brief moment. And that happens with our 3D node. For example, one of these image to 3D generator models is called Rodin or Rodin, however they pronounce it. So you can just drag and drop one of these into the mix. Then the goal is to enter this photo into this Rodin model. So what you can do is you can drag and drop this into the image connector here in the Rodin model. But then we also need something more, because here's also the prompt connector below this image connector. And for that, we're going to use the second prompt over here that we created at first. So this describes the water glass. So let's zoom out a bit and let's drag a connector to this node. So now this Rodin 3D model is going to use this image of this water glass as well as this prompt to create a 3D model of this thing. And now let's click run. And after about a minute, here is this sparkling water glass as a 3D model that you can now freely move around. Does this look pretty? Absolutely not. But that is not the point, because the only point here is to control the angle of this glass for that final photo. So you can tap the spacebar to get a bigger view of this object, or you can just use the left click to drag and move this object around and change the angle, or the scroller to zoom in and out of the photo. And also if you hold Command while you drag with your left cursor, it will actually move the camera relative to the object. So we wanted to create an image that is something like this, right? And now since this object is massive in 3D space, we just want to create a smaller resized version of it. Let's just search for resize here in the node library, and let's drag and drop a resizing node over here. And here we can drag the image in this 3D model directly into the resizer. And for example, we can give it something like 265 by 265. And now we're ready to turn this into our final image. So now we want a short description from the AI of this photo. And to that, we're going to search for a text node here in the node library, and we're going to drag one over here. And let's just add something like this. So describe the camera angle of this image in maximum one sentence. Don't mention the object itself. For example, high angle camera looking downward and slightly forward. So we're going to run this image of our water glass through this description using a large language model, for example, like ChatGPT. But now, since this is just a piece of text, what we can do here is we can use this piece of text in combination with this photo to form a prompt by searching for any LLM in the node library. And we'll drag and drop this one over here. And now as you can see, this one is disconnected from everything else. So this is just a standalone text block where I'm describing what I want the AI to do. So let's first connect this text into the prompt section of this any LLM node. And then we're going to drag and drop the image over here of this water glass 3D model over here. And now we're going to click on Run Model to get a description of this angle here with this prompt. Awesome, here is our result. So now it is saying low angle camera looking upward from below, which is exactly what is happening over here. Now, of course, we could have just manually typed all this in instead of having to do all this hassle, but I will explain in just a moment why we did it this way. And now let's create the final photo. I am using this flux depth model since it is a depth-aware image generator model and it edits images while preserving spatial relationships. So I'm going to drag and drop this node over here. Then I'm going to take this photo that we got from the 3D model and I'm going to drag a connector to this control image. So as the name suggests, this image now controls the output of the image that the Flux Depth Pro is going to create. But can you see what's still missing? Well, first and foremost, if we now do it just this way, it is basically going to recreate this photo, which is not what we want. We want something like this, not something like this. So we first need to use this original prompt where we said an ultra-realistic black and white photograph of a straight highball glass with sparkling water. So we need to connect that into this prompt area here. But we also want to be sure that this Flux Depth Pro doesn't miss the fact that it is a low-angle camera looking upward from below. So for good measure, we're also going to connect this node into this prompt. But as you can see, there is just one prompt connector here. So now, once again, what we need to do is we need to add some space and we need to add the prompt concatenator. So we'll add a prompt concatenator node over here. And now we're going to combine the two prompts I just mentioned. So let's drag this one over here and then let's go here and drag this one over there as well. And now we have combined this one we generated based on this photo and then this one that we basically started with. And now we can connect that with the Flux Depth Pro model and let's click on Run Model. And here is our result. And that is just fantastic because look at it. It is in the exact same angle as we have this 3D model over here. And now that you have built this entire workflow in one place in this logical way, you can easily do the same process for a different object without much hassle. So let's say, for example, instead of creating an image like this of a glass of water, we want to create this exact same image in this exact same angle using a banana. So now let's go back to the start and instead of saying an ultra-realistic black and white photograph of a straight highball glass, let's just say an ultra-realistic image of a banana. And now we are going to go here and run this model. And here is our banana. And now since the banana is standing up like this, let us actually tweak the original prompt. So let's say an ultra-realistic image of a banana laying down. And there we have it. This one looks much better. Now let's turn that into a 3D object. So since we already did the connections and everything, we can just click on Run Model over here. And here is our banana. And as you can see, it produces the resized image version of that 3D object there as well. Next up, let us run this image through this description so that the AI describes the angle, although it's probably going to be similar to this. And here is the description that the AI gave us. And then all we need to do is go here to the final image and we can run the model. And here is our result. And obviously you can run the model as many times as you need if this image is not exactly what you wanted. And for example, here, it is probably getting confused by this word floating. So it is not placing it on a table where the banana is laying down. So if you wanted to tweak that, we could have done that here in this original prompt by giving it some more context. But now, whatever it is, you can see that this banana is in the exact same position and placement and angle as we have here in this 3D object. So just an example, if you had an advertising campaign where you want to place your objects over here, you could easily do a system like this and you could do that very easily right now. And you can only imagine what kind of a hassle that would be if you had to use ChatGPT for that, for example. And you'll find more examples directly here on Weavy AI. So you'll just go to the dashboard and you see all these different node structure examples. And better yet, because you can share these node structures freely, you will actually find a lot of these online. For example, today I just saw an incredible AI UGC ad generator node structure built in Weavy AI that produced absolutely amazing results at scale. So the whole point here is to not just create an image and turn that into a video or hope for consistency in a ChatGPT conversation, but what you're doing instead is building this kind of a robust and accurate, reproducible system with which you can produce content faster before, more accurately than before, and do things you couldn't really do without a system like this before. Make sure to give it a shot. It is pretty straightforward. Definitely takes more time to learn than just using ChatGPT to generate images, but it is definitely worth the time as well. Thanks so much for watching and I hope to see you in the next one.